Hello. Hi, guys. I got very fancy for you tonight. Hi, Felice. Felice, I'm going to Oak Brook tomorrow. I have not been to Oak Brook in like 10 years. What's going on? I was a little late. God, my lips are so chapped for it being nice out. I think I'm dehydrated. How's your weekend? Did you guys have a nice dinner tonight? There we go. Ah, relief. Hello, Rabbi Roz. How are you guys tonight? I've been news-free since Friday. It works like a charm. I love it. I'm in a bubble, my own. I don't want to know anything. My son's good. My husband's downstairs. My mom has COVID. She was feeling awful yesterday, and I said, Mom, you really need to go and get swabbed. If it's flu or if it's COVID, you can only take something if you go right away. So she did go this morning, and she does have COVID. And I don't get it because my dad doesn't have it yet, but I'm just sort of waiting for that. You made Cuban food? I'm highly impressed. I'm just going to drop off some goodies for them tomorrow and hope for the best. I have to start to think that COVID is just another thing, but it's hard on elderly people. And my parents are getting older, and it's really kind of scary. But that burst my stress-free bubble of the weekend. But other than that, things have been pretty good. And I'm on here completely barefaced for you guys. Cuban food is yummy. Sorry to hear about your mom, Michelle. There's a lot of going around. I hear that right now. I hear that. I know. My husband had a chest cold a week or two ago, and it's just been sort of hanging on. Hello, Holly. And he's starting to feel a little bit better, but we'll see. We'll see. I've had COVID a few times, and so have my boys, but somehow Scott has never gotten it. That's so weird. When I had it the first time, because I think we had it twice. I know I did. But the first time I got it, I literally drove myself to the emergency room. It was just around the time that they were starting to release some of those monoclonal antibodies. And we had a friend who was a doctor who got me on them somehow in the ER. My temperature was 105. It was ridiculous. I couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom. And they just left me there with the stuff going into me. And then when I was done, I left. I drove myself home, and it saved me. It was kind of scary. And when you have autoimmune diseases and things that I'm fighting with my arthritis lately, which is really bad today, horribly bad. I don't know what it is that triggers it, but when you take any of those medications where your body doesn't have the same kind of resistance for things, you just kind of fight stuff. When I was a teacher, I could get away with not getting sick ever, ever, ever. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. She'll be fine. We're going to take good care of her. I'm not going to let anything happen to her. When I was a teacher, my immune system was terrific. When you teach first grade, it is just like snot and all kinds of, we like to call it the boogers and stuff, but I literally built this immune system that could withstand anything except for one thing. And I would hear about it. Like in the 4th grade upstairs, somebody had pink eye. I would get pink eye all the time. When I first met my husband, I had been teaching for so many years already, but I guess I used to bring stuff home because he got sick a lot when we were dating. It was weird. So how's everybody's weekend? Are people doing anything to manage stress right now? Because I feel like it's sort of building. A lot going on that we're not going to talk about in specifics because that is too stressful. But I want to talk about ways that we can reduce our stress. For me, during COVID especially, I really leaned into skincare. And not that I hadn't already been obsessed with it, but it became more of a ritual and more of a time to like try to regroup and kind of collect myself a little bit and sort of, get rid of some of the stress. It was really hard because I was teaching through the computer. None of us knew what we were doing. We had never had these lives before. And the one thing when you're teaching that you never see is inside of your students' homes. And when the cameras were turned on and you had, 4 families living in a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment because nobody was working, it was a lot to see. Kids that were, all over the place with computers with their headphones on, and it was something. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago, and it was like already 5 years because we got our dog right when things shut down, and he's 5.5, so it's wild. How many of you guys do some kind of self-care for yourselves? Something that makes you feel good and it's just for you? For me, the best thing that I did for myself was walk. I was a walker. I'd walk like between 3 to 5 miles every single day, which has changed because I've had all these crazy foot surgeries now. And it's hard because that was my stress management. And I find tennis, I knew you were going to say that, Felice. I know you love it. And she also like kind of coordinates things, and she gets all these phone calls, and people don't realize when you're scheduling people for something or trying to find subs for something, it's a lot of work. And there's a lot of back and forth that goes on, and a lot of crises that just seem to like pop up, and it's like all on you. When I was the wrestling mom, that was quite a little job. Tennis is just for you. I love that so much. Does anybody else have something that's literally just for them? Like simply, it's all you. Most women go through a phase where nothing is about them. And then when they have this time when the kids are gone and you have an empty nest and there isn't as much going on in your home, there's like kind of a void, that starts to happen, and you have to fill that time with something. And, obviously it's not hard. We all do like way too many things at one time, especially in the United States. I feel like we have a crazy work week, and people really push themselves. And it's like when you talk to people, they'll be like, I've done so much this week and I haven't gotten any sleep. And it's like, I've been working nonstop. And you hear that from people, and it's like, well, okay, is that a good thing? Not really. I work a lot. You do YouTube beauty video counts. Yes, of course YouTube videos count. Let me tell you something. I didn't even know that this world existed, this like YouTube beauty thing. This was before like things really popped with all these different stars that we had that got crazy on there. But I started to have symptoms from this, autoimmune disease that I had, and I was pretty shut down for a while. And YouTube beauty videos got me through it. That was my place to just zone out. And I was always kind of interested in beauty and cosmetics. And it's always been like a fun thing that I've always enjoyed. But man, did it really blow up because of social media. Does anybody else do anything for just for you? Or do you feel like you're always doing for everybody else? It's okay if that's how it is. I mean, you sort of do what you have to do and you don't kind of think about it maybe until afterward, where you're at, what's happening around you with the people that you love. There's always something, right? Oh, I can hear my husband. Sorry, he's talking to our dog, and I'll close the door in a second when I'm going to get up. I am going to do a bunch of things today that I may have to run to the sink for because this is not my bathroom. And I do have like wipes and all kinds of stuff. But I think when it comes to like taking off some of my masks and things, I might have to get up and go and do that. So I just want people to know that ahead of time. I think that putting aside some time on Sunday, especially on Sunday, I never got over not liking Sundays. And it was like getting a case of the Sundays, and you start to kind of stress out about your week. And, then it was just like you wasted like half of a day just sort of stressing out about the week. And I've really tried to like tone it down and figure out, like, for me, what my triggers were. And I think that things have gotten so incredibly crazy in the news, and I was letting it really eat at me. And it was not healthy. Like, I knew, first of all, no one should know this much. Like, we all did just fine not knowing a lot of things before we had phones. And we are the last generation to remember that. It's so weird to me that even the millennials, like, they've had phones and, the internet. I mean, we were just talking about how it was 24 years ago when we had 9/11 happen. 24 years ago. And I can remember, oh my gosh, you guys, did I tell you about Lola blankets? They texted me. I get Lola blankets all over the place. We talked about how she's live. We're not going to see her today. Anyway, Lola blankets are a great stress reliever for me also, and I'll show you guys one of mine. Anyway, let me kind of circle back for a second. So, triggers, usually kids, spouses, siblings, friends, work. Ooh. My dog's getting in trouble. Hang on. He's being very naughty. My husband has a very tight relationship with our dog, and it's so weird for me because usually it's me, but when he's home, it is all him. So it's okay. Are you guys doing okay? Do you feel like things are harder than they used to be, easier than they used to be? Do you think that Gen X is the last ones that are really going to get it, kind of? Or do you think that we don't get it and they just look at us like the next boomers? I don't know. Oh, Holly, my mom passed from breast cancer on 9/9/22, 3 days before her 68th birthday. It's been hard since then. Watching YouTube helps some for a moment. I get it, Holly. I really do. And I wish I could like hug you through the computer. And it's such a hard thing when we love people so much. And the one thing that you should know is that the gifts that she gave to you when she was around will stay in you forever. And all of those things that you then go and share with other people, it's like your mom touching their lives. Truly. Takes your breath away though. And it has to be really, really hard. Do you have any brothers and sisters? Aw, please don't thank me. People need to kind of stop a little bit and realize that there are some really important things that are happening in the world. And to us, you are an only child. That's got to be even harder because a lot of that was on you. Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. Did she live close by? Were you able to be with her when she was fighting? Take your time. We're all here for you. You stayed with her. How long was she sick, Holly? Were you able to work? Anniversaries are really hard. And I'm sure Rabbi Roz can speak to this stuff too, because I'm sure that she counsels a lot of people. 5 years of battling. Have you been tested? I'm sure that you have. I'm sure your doctors are all over you. It is just an incredibly hard thing. And, I am kind of starting to feel that with my dad, which is it's very hard to watch the people that you love deteriorate literally in front of you. 5 years is a long time. It really, truly is. I'm sure that she knows that you were her light. This week was her birth and death week. Really sad. Her type of cancer wasn't genetic, so I think I'm okay. I bet you are getting your mammograms, though, and everybody really should. We're going to talk tonight about lighter things, but one of the ways that I'm treating right now is neck and neck. So I always say boobs up. And when I mean that, I mean inside and out. Like we have to be really diligent about getting our mammograms, our pap smears, all of these different things, blood work done. It takes a really long time to find yourself again after a loss like your mom. My husband died just over 2 years ago after a long illness, and it is still hard. Be gentle with yourself. Yep. And even though you feel yourself slide back sometimes, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And I really want people to know that this is a supportive environment and no judgment ever. We are just, I feel like we're here like unconditionally. And I know we all don't know each other, but we do. So sorry, Holly. I know how hard it is to lose a mom. Mine passed away unexpectedly at 68. That was 13 years ago. And I don't think that that kind of pain ever really goes away. I think we divert our attention, and sometimes it gets sucked from other things, but I find sometimes staying still is hard. I'm so sorry, Rabbi Roz. Me too. And I'm saying you're counseling other people. You're doing it from where you are. There's a book that my roommate in college, my good friend, she had lived, first she was from Chicago, but I didn't know her, but she lived in the same town as me in a different part of it. We would have been at high school together, but not elementary school. She moved to Boston for a while and then wound up in LA. And when they were in the Boston area, they went to a synagogue, and their rabbi wrote a book called When Bad Things Happen to Good People. And it's a pretty well-known book now, but he had a child that had the rapid aging disease called progeria. I'm sure that you guys remember seeing like photos of those little tiny children that aged quickly. And this was a rabbi. This is somebody who gave their life to God. And, you know, why did this happen? And he struggled so much to understand that when you put out such good into the world, like, how does that happen? And it's a good read. Rabbi Harold Kushner. That is right. Of course. I think it's a really good book, and it's not, you don't have to be Jewish to read this book. You can come to it from any angle, because we all deal with pain, we all deal with loss, and we all deal with the fact that it's not fair. It never is fair. It's such a hard thing to understand that I truly think that what you put out into the world, you do get back. But I also think that bad things happen to good people. And maybe one doesn't necessarily have to do with the other. But my heart goes out to all three of you guys who have gone through such loss. I lost my best friend. We were, we taught together. I stood up in his wedding, and he was diagnosed with cancer of the esophagus. And I was with him a lot, like getting tests done and all this stuff. And he had been separated from his husband for a while during that time. And I wasn't working consistently, like I was tutoring and stuff. And we went to Jamaica. I had been with him like the whole month of December, going to appointments. They were going to start his treatment in January. And we were away, and I turned my phone on there. And back then, turning your phone on in Jamaica was like crazy, but I did. I called him every single day and talked to him. And I was at the airport in Negril, or in Montego Bay, and we had gone through security. So, you know, my phone was off when you go through, and they're stamping your passport and everything. And we got into like where the shopping area is, and I looked down at my phone, and there were like 10 missed calls, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I called, and his not ex whatever husband was on the phone, and he wrote, call really fast, you need to call right now, Michelle, you've got to call here. And then there was just like, I'm sorry, it's too late. And I fell to the ground in the airport, and my husband was like, my son were like, what is going on? I couldn't breathe. Like, it was so unexpected. It was like he was sick, but we were working on it, you know? And I've read the book When Bad Things Happen to Good People several times. And I think finding people who give you comfort, that you want to be around, and who feed your soul and don't drain it, I think is so important. Family's important. Pets are important. I mean, my gosh, our dog is like a child. He really is. Like, probably treated a lot better than some. We all just have to find like our place of where we can manage. And when anniversaries of sad things come up, or birthdays that are happy things, or holidays where your memories are so wrapped up with the people that made those memories with you, it's why experiences are so much more important than stuff. Stuff is just stuff. Doing things together, experiences, that's what matters. Spending time without a phone, without documenting it, without putting it on Instagram. I want this generation to understand that. And I struggle with it with my son, because I wonder if that's even possible now. How do you get off the grid, you know? I went home to be with my husband on our anniversary. My mom died when I wasn't there. Been a hard thing to understand and accept. I think that expecting things is so hard. It's okay. Thank you, Felice. You know, we've all experienced a lot of loss, but we've also all experienced a lot of joy, because the loss wouldn't feel as deep if your love had not. And we always say to each other, may their memory be a blessing forever. But it is really true that we are blessed from having been with those people that we love, and from making the memories that we did. And, you know, you got to live it up. So on the days when you don't feel like getting up and going out there, you got to do it. You got to be with those people that you love. Holly, sometimes people wait. I was going to say the same thing, for their loved ones to leave before passing. It may have been the way she wanted it. It was so you didn't have to see her pass away. And it's not your fault. And it's not anything that you could have done differently. And you're right, Rabbi Ross. I think sometimes they do wait. Sometimes we wait. All we can do, I think so, my dad had gone home to let the dogs out, and she died while he was gone. And it was probably just like your mom to do that herself, right? To not have you guys have to be there for that. Because that's how moms are. We as moms are like that. It's it takes your breath away when you hear these things from people. And I just want all of you guys to know that you're not alone. You know, we are all a lot more the same than we are different, I think. And I think a lot of what makes things heavy is the fact that we have so much love and so much empathy and so much care for the people around us. So Holly, know that your mom knew that that was her time, and it wasn't your fault. And it wasn't, this was how she wanted it to be. If your dad was gone too, and the doggies, you know, like, she probably wanted to keep some of the hurt from you and not make you hurt more. So just know that. You're not a downer. You never have to worry about talking about these things. We're here. This is so unimportant, you know? And the whole reason why I wanted to come together today was because we are all so stressed out. I'm noticing it a lot. When this past week I've been working a lot at my friend's store, and everybody who comes in has like another like story that they're telling us about something terrible. And it's like, I don't know, it was the news cycle, and it was the real stuff, and it was just life in general, and some things that had happened with my parents, and it's just been hard. I think you go through times in your life that are definitely more difficult than others, and we've all had struggles. And I I want everybody to know that this is a supportive place where you can get your feelings out, and no one is going to sit in judgment, and everyone is going to have empathy for you. If it helps at all, Holly, I know that you know inside of you that you were not supposed to be there for that. You had taken a whole lot, and it's okay that you weren't there. Truly. You were there. You were there for the important things. You were there for the important things. Just remember that. I think managing stress is difficult. Holly, we love you. We do. Sending lots of love your way tonight. I know we all are. I know we all are. So when walking kind of went away from me, I tried the exercise bike, and that didn't really do it for me. What do you guys do on the daily just to breathe? We have tennis for somebody, got YouTube videos. I mean, sometimes your social media time, I guess, can be a stress relief. I mean, if I was looking at food or something like that, or a place I wanted to go on vacation, that would be great. But I just tend to like get buried in, all of this, and makes the time pass, right? You have to get tired. I watched a lot of shows, but mostly it was YouTube. YouTube was like really coming into its own when I was really sick. Walking and being out in nature. Fresh air does a person good, getting up, getting out, getting your blood moving, getting your circulation going, breathing in and breathing out. I know one time somebody had told me, this was like so long ago, and I'm sure it's way outdated, but when you breathe in, like you're taking in that blue cleansing breath, and when you let it out, it's like that orange, red, yellow yuck that's coming out. And it's supposed to help you kind of feel the clean coming out and just the yucky stuff going the other direction. Hi, Marianne. I go to yoga class several times a week and use some of the practice at home. I think that sounds like a really good idea. There's a Pilates studio that just opened by my house, and I was thinking about it. I don't know if what I'll be able to do, but it sounds good. There's always a way, a something that you can do to keep going. Sometimes it's crying to a friend. Sometimes it's taking a shower. Sometimes it's taking a drive or watching a movie. Or sometimes it's burying yourself in, beauty stuff. I just want everybody to know that there are ways that we can let go of stress. And for me, especially during COVID, for what I was like, it was like it was a very stressful time for us. We had a puppy with no paper towels or Lysol. I was teaching like a couple hundred kids a day on a machine that I didn't really understand. And the kids would just go, "You're on mute, you're on mute." And it was so chaotic and nuts. And everybody didn't know what was going on. And I remember the groceries coming and we were like wiping off the groceries. Like no one knew what was going on. If somebody had said the whole world is going to stop still and we're going to have a crazy pandemic, I don't think anybody would have believed it. Our job is to be and to do. It's true. That is true. We as women, I think, fill a space that requires us. You know, I just think that we most of the time have better empathy skills, at least on that raw, you know, like when you're pregnant and you're a mom before you're a mom, and then your husband has a baby with you, and like that's when he starts, and you're like 9 months in already. Stuff like that. Or for me, like it was back when we were worrying about some things with my son and getting him the help that he needed. And even as a teacher, that was really hard for me, but I did it and I knew how. And, you know, you gotta, sometimes you just have to be that tough person. And other times you find the right person to fall apart with. And I think having good friends around you and places that you can get away from it for a few minutes, walking your dog, taking a walk, riding a bike, going to yoga, Pilates, playing tennis, watching YouTube, being out in nature. There's things that we can do definitely to help manage it. But when it's really hard, it's hard. It truly is. One of the things that I think is difficult for us is losing the pretty. Pedicures. Who does not love a pedicure? I mean, how about like those massage chairs that they have now and everything? It's really nice. It's more expensive, but it's nice. Just getting your nails done at all sometimes is stressful because you just have to like sit there for the hour. But pedicures are a different level. Definitely mani-pedi. See, for me, it's that blowout on Fridays when I've got like great hair and it's just, you know, it's all working for me. I like that so much. But I do love a pedicure. And puppies. Oh, can I just tell you guys a really good little story that'll kind of move us a little bit? When we had a dog named Bo, he was our golden retriever for like 13 years, 13 and a half years. My son never remembered a time without him. He was just always there, you know, for him. And he got really sick. We did a ton of treatment and it didn't work out. And we had somebody come to the house who was going to take care of it at home for us. And we should have gone and just done it with our vet, but that's like a whole other thing. I called our breeder like the following week, even though we were not ready for another dog, just to find out like what her puppy schedule looked like for the year, because we wanted to get another one from her. And she's like, I just had a litter of puppies like 2 days ago. And we were like, this is weird. Okay. And I looked at my husband and my son and I said, you know what we need to do? We need to go and like lay in the puppies. We need to go there and we need to be with puppies. And we drove like 3 hours up to Wisconsin to see the puppies and be with the puppies. And it was the best experience I think I've ever had in my entire life, being covered in 14 golden retriever puppies with their puppy breath and like their little feet. And we didn't care like what we were sitting in. My son's over here, my husband's over here, I'm over here. We didn't leave. Like our breeder, she's an interesting person, but like she let us just be there and stay there and be with the puppies. And we did wind up bringing one home with us. Not that day, they were too little, but going up several times. And I'm like, this is therapy. Like this needs to happen for people. Like that people need to come play with puppies. And now I'm seeing all these puppy yoga classes pop up. Have you guys seen this online? Where you can go to like a yoga class and they'll have one week they'll have, you know, Bernese Mountain Dog puppies. And the next week they'll have lab puppies. And you're doing yoga with puppies all over the place. I mean, I can't think of anything better than exercise and puppies. Or something without any calories that's delicious. Yeah, I know we're all kind of dog people here, but there are definitely things that help. And I'm going to show you some of mine. I want to start with things that I can live without and things that I can't in the beauty world. I know that's like a horrible segue, and it's like no disrespect to any of us. It's just like, okay, let's all take a breath and hug, and we're going to get to the next thing together. We're just going to do it. We're here to try to relieve some stress, and I want to do that with you guys. I have felt stressed about the fact that like I'm not going to be able to do like any surgical intervention here. Beauty is therapy. It certainly is. Except when you start to see things that I'm seeing. And we all do. I've got so much sun damage. Like I'm on here today. I did put a little eyebrow on just because I was like, you know what? I'm just not ready to plunge into no eyebrows, but I didn't put a lot. I just had to like not distract you from my 90s disaster. But being barefaced like this and actually really looking at the sun damage and the sagging and the dark circles, like I didn't sleep well last night, and I didn't do anything today to try to help this because I really wanted to do this with you guys. Oh, what is that, Rabbi Rouse? What's that? Should I click it? I don't think I can. What is that? Your niece is getting a new puppy. Oh, let me see if I can open it. Demo scene? I don't know how to do this. Let me try to right click it. Hold on, let me put it on show. You know what? Do you want to send it to me on a DM? Would that work? Then I could put it up here. That would work. I can't click this for some reason. It's like, I have like a blue box and there's just no way to click it. There's a video I'm going to show you guys. In fact, it comes up on my feed a lot, probably because I watch it like 72 times. And I did put it on my Instagram today, but it literally is this people getting a, did I put it up? Or did I just send it to my son and my husband? Oh no, I put it there. This is, oh, you guys have probably seen that.
See how he just stares? Watch. Now you're gonna cry.
Oh, come on. Look at the feet.
See how he just stares? Watch. Now you're gonna cry.
Oh, he can't believe it.
See how he just stares?
You guys, there's nothing more pure than like a puppy's love and like the way that just save it on your thing. And when you are feeling blue, look at that and just say, you know what? There's a lot of love in the world left. Got to do some more love. We're gonna get there. I took a class in college called Writing and Being, and it was with a man by the name of G. Lynn Nelson. He has passed away, but he left behind a lot of really amazing things. When I was at school at Arizona State, it wasn't this gigantic online university at that time. It was just kind of known as like a party school, and that sounded really good to me. And I kind of knew that like I wouldn't stay for the whole thing because I wanted to wind up getting my teaching certification here, but summer all year, and you know, like I had the best time when I went out there and visited. It seemed like a really good idea at the time, and it probably was. I took a class and it taught us about journaling and writing down our feelings and putting them into words, into a notebook. And obviously this was before like typing got, I had a typewriter in my room that would have a sentence on it. Okay. I got this for graduation. There'd be one sentence and you could make an edit on that one sentence instead of going back and whiting out the way we used to have to when we were typing. So writing things down was good. This is how we took notes and we learned how to do all of that stuff. And he did a lot of work with people that were living on the Indian reservations in Arizona, and the disparity between what was happening there and what was happening outside of the reservation was quite astounding. And the poverty was indescribable. And the whole entire thing was just a lot. And he would go, "Hi, Molly." Oh, I thought it was 8. I did it early tonight for Rabbi Raz. It's her Sunday thing. Can't help it. It's too late for her. She's going to have to watch half of it on rewind anyway. But we missed you. We're having a lot of moments here tonight, so feel free to share anything that you're feeling right now. I know that you're taking care of your dogs all by yourself right now, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Holly says hi, Molly. Anyway, he would go there and he taught them journaling, and it was really hard for a lot of these people to write things down and not have them, you know, be given to a teacher. But it becomes really cathartic that you can write things down and get them at least on paper. And then when you close the journal and put it away at night, it was supposed to give them some stress relief. And I think that that was one of the best things that I ever learned in college. Like, you can want to say some really mean, horrible stuff to people. And I guess this is before you could write it on the internet where everybody feels like they can say whatever they want to anybody about anything that isn't even their business. Early is good. Having a rough week, so you're happy to escape for a bit here. Well, feel free to tell us about it because we're all unloading our stress tonight for real. And we've talked about a lot of really dark stuff already. So I know that you're experiencing a lot of things right now. I would love for you to get some support from everybody else. But it really was a good lesson to learn to write things down. And again, not when you could type them to anyone on the internet and think that you were like, you know, the word Karen came from somewhere. I can't stand that they use somebody's real name because I have a cousin named Karen who I love, but you get it, you know, you get it. Anyway, we all seem to connect on beauty and that helps us relieve stress. I started this crazy skincare journey a long time ago, but I had already done like vacations where I was so tan that it was crazy. You're going to start journaling. It does really help. Even like when you're really angry with somebody and you write it down, you're kind of more together the second time around. You know, like when you have to say something to somebody, it's kind of like not practicing, but kind of practicing, you know, getting used to saying things and being around certain people. It just, I don't know. For me, it does help. And there are people who don't like to write. And we talked about like, there were kids in my class that, you know, had fine motor problems. And I was like, you know, get one of those old tape recorders with the cassettes, you know, that were like real cheap. And they could record their feelings instead of it, or they could draw a picture and put that away. It really does work with kids too. I think it's that whole thinking about thinking, that metacognition, that like getting it down on paper and understanding how you're feeling, I think really helps. And then sometimes this helps. And we're going to get to all of this. Every Sunday, mostly, I've missed a few, I will admit. Like last week, when it was Labor Day, Sunday was Monday, so I did it on Monday. This is the Derma Flash. It sits on a charger, like in my bathroom. And I know it's time for the Sephora sale because that's when I start running out of blades. I always buy these during the Sephora sale. I buy these and I buy my Shiseido cotton, both on that 20% off, and they're both running low. So I know there must be a sale in our future. This is two things. One, peach fuzz, goodbye. It's going to all come off. It also is loosening this dead skin that sits on the top, this top layer of skin that's on your face. And you go and you literally turn the device on. There's two speeds. And it's got a blade on it. I'm literally going to shave my face on the internet. This is record breaking. You're going to take the blade and go like on an angle and kind of stretch. At least I have to get it to lay straight. But what happens is you start to get to a point in the week where your foundation isn't going on as easily. And it's like, oh, it must be time for me to do my Derma Flash. And I will show you the difference when you look. It's not painful. It's not like anything more than shaving. And I kind of go in both directions. There is some stuff that comes in a little jar that is supposed to help with this. I think it dries you out. And I think it's just like not for people like our age. But there are people that use it. There's like a pre and a post. What I usually do is I spray, you know, the blade and everything and my face usually with my Tower 28 beforehand, because if there's anything on my skin, I should probably do that now. This is the gel. This just hypochlorous acid. You can buy it really cheap on Amazon. It smells like a swimming pool. It kills things. It's great. And I go through and get all those fun areas. And I'm just removing like this whole top layer of skin. And it's going to make the penetration of your serums better. And It's going to make your masking go better. Your makeup's going to look better. You're not going to see that like peach fuzz on your face when you're looking in the car mirror and you're like, my God, when did I grow a beard? Usually that's one of the fun things about getting older. Sometimes you have less hair, sometimes more. And I go kind of back and forth. Definitely where I have like the sun damage. And don't get too close to your eye. You don't really need to. And then you're going to want to kind of wipe off the blade a little bit. And hit it from the side. And you can hear it. I mean, it really does kind of scrape. And I kind of listen and feel. And you'll start to see, if you put the stuff on your face that comes with it, it dries out that top layer of skin more. So it kind of, it gets more powdery looking kind of. For me, it's just better to have a little bit of slip than the other way around. But you can do either one. They do give you the post-flash stuff, but I do so much other stuff before that that it's not going to help me out. So I do my forehead, and I always cover like the little areas where I do have hair that I want to keep just with my fingers, because I don't want it to slip out of my hands and take off an eyebrow or anything, although I don't think it would, but I'm very sensitive about my eyebrows. So up here is like one of these like little areas on me that I see a lot of sun damage. Like I must have like had the sun coming like right here. And you can just sort of gently go through. And obviously, do not look into a 10 times mirror very often. It's bad for your health, because getting that close to your skin is something that no one else does. And we usually wind up picking our faces and doing terrible things when you're looking into a magnifying mirror. So be kind to yourself. Everybody has their issues. And I do my neck usually last, because I know it kind of dulls the blade. You're really only supposed to use these blades once. I don't. I use them a couple times because they're expensive, but you're supposed to use a fresh one. So this one is fresh. One thing that I do that they tell you not to do is I go on my nose just a tiny bit, just to open up those pores, because I hate the pores on my nose, and I like when the skincare goes in. I do in between my eyebrows very carefully by holding the eyebrow, like I said, so that you're not going to buzz off anything. And that's it. I'm going to do my neck. And I like to look like right underneath my chin, because there was like a teacher when I was growing up, and you could see her little chin hairs, and that I just can't. I can't be that person. So, hi. My husband just came by. I'm doing this on the internet, hon. He said, yay. been wanting one of those. Looks good. I will tell you, this is the second one that I've had, and I think these are great, but if it's only peach fuzz that we're talking about, you can do that with a razor. It's just harder to get into like some of these spots. But I think this does a better job with kind of like, I can already feel my skin feels 900 times softer and smoother than it did. And I haven't done any of my exfoliating yet or anything, but I can just feel that it's smooth, you know? You can kind of go around and feel like, I know right here, I'm very dry. I don't do under my eyes because this is a really delicate area that you just don't want to mess with. But it feels really good. And the first thing that I would do would be to put on a little Tower 28, just because you have kind of opened things up. So I just want to make sure that I'm being sanitary. I've got a lot of skincare over here. So normally in the morning, I use my Tata Harper Regenerating exfoliate. It says it's an exfoliant. This is called the Regenerating Cleanser. I buy this usually during the holidays. They usually have a 2-pack and it's 2 for 1. So keep your eyes open. She does good sales. This is really expensive, but I swear to you, this lasts a long time. It's 1 pump in the morning. And the reason why I like it is because it's got BHAs in it. And in this solution, this I don't know, this cleanser, it has little tiny beads. And those little tiny beads are great when you delicately go in circles. And when I have, like, I like to slug at night. So I usually have like a lot of crap on my face, at least on one side of it, because I sleep on one side. I'm going to spray a little bit of my rehydrating mist just because I don't have any water. And I usually get this going, kind of going in both directions, just loosening up anything that came off. And I'm using Tretinoin again, so I am kind of shedding a little bit. I'm starting off really, really low. Like I asked for like the 0.25 because I'm not feeling like my skin is in a good place right now. Anyway, I'm going to use a Bioderma wipe. If you have anybody that you know who has surgery and they can't shower, highly recommend the Bioderma Sensibio towelettes for your little bath. I've had a lot of foot surgeries. I've got through a lot of these. And they're just incredibly refreshing. They're incredibly gentle. I don't know anybody that hasn't tolerated them. And you really take off a lot of gunk. One of the other things that I have spent money on lately that I think made a difference is these silly throwaway face things. I like this brand called Face Made. They're bigger than those clean skin towels or whatever they are that you always see. I like the size. I like the fact that they're textured on one side and smooth on the other. I like the fact that I can use this over and over. When I do my face for my skincare Sunday, I use one. And it gets rinsed, and you'll see I'm going to put on some serious masks here, and one will withstand a lot. It's not like paper towel, but this is recyclable and it is extremely soft. It's cruelty free, it's vegan, and they are not going to irritate your face. You don't have to worry about your fabric softener coming off on your face, and you don't have to worry about things that were dirty that you washed with the washcloths. You know what I'm talking about. So these are just really nice to have. They have specials a lot, and I'll just like get a couple, and they come in like a 2-pack. And when I use those, I just order another one on Amazon. But you have to kind of watch for the face made, because this size is really nice in comparison. And it just feels better to me than the clean towel one, or whatever it's called, clean skin or something. Anyway, I'm just using this because I don't have any water. Normally, after I wash my face, I put on my toner. And this is the Daily Acid Toner from Josh Rosebrook. It is a very effective but very gentle exfoliant. I used to use things that really burned my face, like they hurt, and I thought it was helping. This is so gentle and so effective. There's a lot of people who swear by P50. He was one of them, and this is more effective and more gentle. And you don't have to feel the burn, you know, for it to have an effect. I can see that my serums and everything go on much easier after I've exfoliated. And this is really a nice way to like refresh your skin. So I've got a clean face and I don't have any oils on yet. So what I would normally do on this kind of a night is I would come over here and I would grab, where is it? Okay, this is crazy. Hold on. Oh, okay. Hi. Before I shave my face, I would do my ZIIP, because this will not feel terrific right after you've like opened everything up. So you would do this like when you've got a clean face. The ZIIP has these 2 electrodes, I guess you would say. And this gives you nanocurrent and microcurrent. It's the only device that does both of these. So you're getting the visible stuff that you can see, but it's also helping to produce collagen. And you need collagen to have all of these good things happening. We're going to talk more about that with the CurrentBody. Both of these companies are under the same umbrella now, and they are grabbing all these little tech things. There's a radio frequency thing that they have, and all these tech things that you could do at home instead of going to a spa and having the services that you want at your house, which is kind of nice. So the ZIIP, this is the 2nd generation. It beeps. And on your phone, you download from the App Store the app. It's called ZIIP. And Melanie Simon is the one who developed this. This is an esthetician who got really into using electricity to help her patients and her clients. And she developed this. And there's different routines in here that you can do. There's things for lifting, for jowls, for eyes, for, they call it the problem solver. There's acne ones. There are special ones just for the lips, the jowls, the contour. And I'll demonstrate this for you guys on a night when I haven't just shaved my face. But I did want to talk about it a little bit, just because to me, this was the first device that I ever bought. This is actually the 2nd one that I have. This is a great thing to put on your holiday shopping list, because they're always running good specials on these during the holidays. And it's a heavy hit. But when you think about how expensive like a spa is, it's, you know, like I could go there for like a day and it would be more than one of these. So it does pay for itself. And I do feel like you know, especially with even just flushing things out and getting things moving and moving the lymph. I think that this does a great job. You cannot have any oil on your face. I use their gel because this has a lot of really good skincare ingredients in it that we can talk more about later. And you can use water-based serums with it. So this is the Dermatology Hydration Boost, which is just like a lot of different kinds of hyaluronic acid. Got the needleless serum, and one of my all-time favorites, this is from Prequel. I'm actually going to put a little of this on right now. This is the Multi-Quench Plumping Hydrating Serum. It's 48 hours of hydration. It's 1% pure PGA, 3% PGA complex, 10% glycerin, ectoin, and osmolytes. And this is a clear gel that is not just hyaluronic acid, which you start to see in a lot of places. Sometimes hyaluronic acid irritates my skin. This has a calming thing in it too. That ectoin is really soothing. And this is just like giving your skin a drink of water. Like you're just putting things back in that have come out. I always take things down my neck. And normally, like when I'm washing my face and stuff, I get this whole area. Like I even sometimes derma here, or I'll take like a regular razor and try to do it just because this is such a sun damaged area for me. And I hate the boob crease. The boob crease is not fun. So these all go with my ZIIP, and these little headbands with the Velcro that are so nice that you can throw into the wash, they'll absorb any of the skincare at night. And you can get these on Amazon super cheap, and I like them. It's not pretty, but it works. Anyway, that's the ZIIP. So I would have zipped, I would come, shave my face, and I always start out with a cleansing mask. And I actually just brought a little tiny sample one. This is the Cacao Antioxidant Mask, and I'm going to sit with this while we're talking. You don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. It smells like chocolate bars. It's a cacao mask. This is the first product. I'm putting a little of the hydrating accelerator in just because I'm not at the sink, and I want to make sure that we're going to blend out okay. You want to kind of make it into a thinner, kind of wet paste. And I don't put this up near my eyes, but what this mask does is it cleans all the gunk out, and it also gets blood flow going. And when you get older and your circulation isn't as great as it was way back when, this helps a lot to get things moving. And I am going to put a little bit more on right on my nose. I have one pore that drives me crazy. I'm sure you guys do too. Like there's just things on your own face that you don't, probably nobody else has ever noticed, but you do, and it bothers you. So I just want to make sure I don't go right here. Like I get like those little cuts like on the inside of my nose, and usually I'll take a Q-tip on both sides, like right here, just to make sure that I don't get any on there. So once this is on, my husband and my son usually start laughing at me, and my husband always says, like, come over here so I can give you a kiss because I smell like chocolate. It's very delicious. And then I bring it down my neck, whatever's left here. Normally I would do this whole situation, but I will spare you that tonight. So this is going to get blood flow going. You don't need to leave this on for a very long time. It is not drying. A lot of times people think that clay masks are really terrific. And for some skin types, yes, they are. And for some skin types, it's very drying. This is a nice antioxidant mask. It gets things moving and it gets the gunk out. Like when you look at your pores up close in the 10 times mirror afterward, that you're definitely a lot cleaner and it feels really good. What I like to do while this is on my face is just spray the hydrating accelerator. It's got my chocolate hands all over it. And this is going to work with the mask to get those things into my face that need to go in. The hydrating accelerator is one of the best products that I've ever tried. It's incredibly soothing. It's aloe based and it's got amazing ingredients in it. The thing about Josh Rosebrook is that he educates. And as a teacher, for me, that says a lot. It really does. Like if you're willing to teach people about what you're doing something right. He has a website, you guys, that will knock your socks off. He has a blog where he goes into all of the research that he does, all of the data that he collects. He was very much like into that science and nature thing. But as time has gone on, the nature part of it became really popular when people started talking about clean beauty and everything. But there was also the sustainability piece, and there was also this whole big science thing. And even if you're using these fantastic ingredients, like where people were like crumbling little sticks and things to wash their face, you have to have science behind it. So he's really done some interesting things. My favorite thing in the whole world that he has is his newest, and it's the bioidentical collagen serum. They finally have figured out a way, and I know you've seen it in a lot of places, but they really don't have the technology. When people put things with collagen on their skin, on the outside of it, this is actually a molecule that's small enough to be passed into your skin. It's the plant identical collagen. You can read all about it on his website. It smells delightful. I'm going to put it on later, but this is my favorite current serum, like of all the stuff that I try. Molly will tell you because she's known me the longest. Ooh, Caroline Herons. Oh, from Britain calls it Jesus juice. Yes, and they're very good friends. She loves this, and she also loves his thing called the Vital Balm Cream that we'll get to. It's a really amazing moisturizer that on purpose is not all supposed to go in at one time. It's a slower absorption. It's really good. And he has two different versions of it, one with essential oils. So you get that blue tansy and that everything smells delicious that he makes. All of his ingredients are fermented there, and he has special processes that he uses. And it is a little bit expensive. They do have a 30% off right now if you buy 3 things. And I have never seen 30% off there before. That kind of scares me a little bit. So I love Josh. I believe in him. There is absolutely no relationship with us. They've bought nothing. You know, I've gotten nothing from them for free. This is me. I love what he does. I love everything he's about. And this stuff has not steered me wrong. But I'm doing Beauty Channel now. And for a long time, I used Vintner's Daughter. It's a very special, very expensive oil that's really good for people that are fighting, especially acne. And it was during a time when I was getting like those really painful cystic kind of acne, like in this area, which is totally hormonal. And I spent the money because it helped. It eased some of that craziness that I had going on in my skin. But, you know, like it's not sustainable to be using an oil like that. So I've started to incorporate some other brands so I'm not using just the Josh. I've got alternatives and things that aren't expensive. I think the place to start is with a good micellar water, and I've had really good luck with the Sensibio. On Amazon, find yourself one with the pump. There's just something really nice about going, instead of having to turn it over every time you use it. This stuff is fantastic. You feel cleaner, you are cleaner. My cells actually do remove the dirt and oil, so you're not just covering it up or moving it around, you're actually taking it off, which is really nice. Then let's look at some of the alternatives. I've started testing Rhode. I've started testing Prequel. I have some that are more expensive, which we talked about the other day, the Victoria Beckham. I have to say, this Prequel, this is the cleanser that they have. It's 50% of this is glycerin. Glycerin is like the best hydrator around. And this stuff, it's like, you're not even sure if you're really getting clean, but you are, because it just feels so good. And it's got oat and aloe. It's really soothing. I use this in the shower because this is so inexpensive. Like it's, I think like $16 or $17, but I have to look. And they have it at Target too. So like if you run out, it's nice. They also have a urea moisturizer. I use this mostly on my body, but if I'm really dried out, I will put some of this on my face. It's okay to do that. I know Molly's going to be a little pissed right now because she didn't get one of these, but this has been out of stock for a really long time. And I didn't know that they had a recall. And they recalled this, and guess who had one of the serial numbers that was using it? It was me. So I was not excited. Do you like the mask? Can you take me seriously at all? It's okay. I don't care anymore. This is the best moisturizer that I have tried that is for the body, that is soothing, with colloidal oatmeal, allantoin. It's got adenosine in it, ceramides. This is, you know, they always say like the best sun care and the best skincare that you can buy are the ones that are cheap enough for you to really use the amount that you have. This is like a thicker consistency than like just a regular little cream. And this stuff is yummy. When I'm dried out, and those elbows, like in the wintertime and stuff, this you can actually feel on your body like it's substantially better when this goes on it. And I, on purpose, I'm really dry today so that this would really feel excellent. And I would do like my whole chest and everything. I get very dry skin, and I've had the little bumpies before. You can use salicylic acid on that. I don't have that going on right now. All right, I'm going to take this off, and you're going to see that my face will have pinked up a little bit. And that's a good thing. I am going to have to go take this off in the bathroom because I'm not going to be able to get this off of my face here. If you guys would excuse me for like 1 minute, I'm going to very quickly go, and I'm going to rinse off so I can put my next mask on while we keep talking. Get your questions ready. I'm ready. And if anybody can tell us their favorite skincare things that they're using right now in the comments while I go wash this off, I would love that. I love getting, you know, little nuggets of gold from other people for the things that you're doing. You're very pissed. Seriously, though. I'll send you half. Half. Be right back. Thank you guys for waiting. So you can see this is like as good as new. All the chocolate washes off. I can still feel that my skin is still, damp. I give it a good spray with the hydrating mist because these are like, think of them as like little carriers. Like they're going to carry everything into the different layers of the top of layer of your skin because that's all you're getting to with this. And the next mask that I do is the exfoliating mask. And everything is in this container, which is kind of scary because it all is in my bathroom. This is called the Active Enzyme Exfoliator. And this is really great because it uses two different kinds of exfoliation. One is the physical, and in here you will see, and it is not like the apricot scrubs of the past that we all used to do. This is, in here, there is little walnut shells that have been rounded. So there are no sharp edges in here at all. I'm trying to find my little scooper. Hang on. Okay. I take a little scooper because I don't want to put my finger in there. And I take a little scoop of this, and it will have, oh, it's on my keyboard, but my keyboard has a plastic thing on it, thank goodness. And the Bioderma comes in handy for your computer. I'm going to take this on my hand, and I'm going to show you kind of what it looks like. So you'll see that there's like a stickiness to it, but also you can see like the little pieces in there. I'm going to take this and put it in different places on my face that I'm going to exfoliate. Again, avoiding that little part of my nose over here and over here because very sensitive. And you can actually put like Vaseline down if you have like an area that you don't want to hit. I'm going to take a few sprays of the hydrating mist. Kind of spray my hand a little bit. And I'm going to gently spread this because I don't really want the scrub to scrub my skin when the enzymatic cleaning hasn't been done yet. So in this right now, the sticky stuff, this is an exfoliant. And these little round walnut shells are here for after. So I'm patting this on, and that's the next step. So this is working two ways. It's going to use the enzymes, which you can kind of see the kind of color of it. This is like one of those ones that you do need to really rinse off because you can feel, the grit. But it doesn't feel bad on your skin, and it's not harsh, and it's not crazy, and you're not doing anything to harm it. Basically, what's going to happen is the enzymes are going to loosen up the dead skin, and then this is just going to help it come off of your face. And what we want to do is keep bringing new skin forward because we know that when we're getting older, we're not producing as much collagen. It's why we lose the elasticity. It's why we lose some of the, ability for the dark spots to go. You're not making as many skin cells the older you get. So you want to keep things moving, and you have to push it a little bit, which is why we do things like exfoliate, just to get that dead skin off. And I know that like everybody has done something where they feel like they've gotten that skin like off, and it just feels good, and you keep feeling your face like, oh, it feels so soft, and you notice that your makeup goes on better and you just look better. And you guys probably noticed that I'm much pinker than I was. All of these things that I'm going to do today, there's no rules. Some weeks I'll look at my skin and I'll say, you know what? I'm going to wait a couple days before I exfoliate. I feel like I've got, you know, like a little rash, or maybe I had hive that night and I just don't want to do that. I'm making like prescriptive decisions about what I want to do. There's no rule that says that you have to do everything or anything, as long as you get to know your skin and what it needs. So let's pretend like this is washed off, this exfoliant. The first thing that I do is I just take a tiny bit of the toner, go over my face just to make sure that like I've gotten all of this off, this, you know, this mask. I want to make sure that everything's off. It's gonna be fun to clean up, I'll tell you that. And you want to start with the thinnest things first. When I am done with this mask and my skin is totally clean and I have nothing on it, that is when I pull out my CurrentBody. I'm going to take out, I don't want to get this mask on here for sure. Okay, this is the neck and deck piece. So this will go around your neck and this part will fit on your chest. I'm going to turn these on. If it's horribly bright and bad for you to look at, let me know. I don't think it will be. You hold the button down and you can see in here the red lights. These red lights have 3 different wavelengths. So we have, I don't know if this is bothering you guys or not. The LED, first of all, does anybody know what it stands for? Because I did not. It's light emitting diodes. And it sounds really high tech, and I know that, but it's actually pretty simple. We have 3 kinds of red light. The first kind just deals with that top layer, just that the skin on the surface. We want it to get brighter and for it to stimulate collagen. The next level underneath is for the near infrared, and that goes in deeper. And this is the part of it that's really been great for me, is that it calms inflammation. You guys, I've started using this on my hands and my feet. I know that sounds crazy, but it is helping to relieve some of the inflammation that I'm getting from my arthritis. And not that I am a medical doctor and I'm not prescribing this for anybody else, but I think that this is anti-inflammatory, and I think that I really want to try to get the one for my hands next. I really want, they have like a mitt and I'm into it. And then the even deeper is the deep infrared. And that goes to where we have the foundation in our skin, like underneath, everything that's supporting the face. So all the sagging and like things that are holding our skin up, this is going to hit that too. So you're hitting 3 levels: the top layer, the middle layer, and the underneath. And the reason why I chose CurrentBody, because I did ask them for this, and I'm not being paid to talk about it, and they did send it to me free of charge. I want you to know that. It's like the greatest thing that you can get for yourself, this and the ZIIP. If you want to just do your own thing at home like I want to, this mask is super comfortable, first of all, for real. I take 10 minutes every day now, and I don't use this every day, but let's say 5 days a week. Sometimes like I'll forget and I'll put stuff on my face and I'll be like, oh, do I want to like take off all my skincare? No, I'll do it in the morning. And I'll do it in the morning then. But this has some amazing, come on. Oh my God, is it like not charged? Only me, you guys. Let me see if I have a charger here. Wow. All right, well, this would turn on also. Let's just see. Can't even get it to turn on right now. It has to charge. It's okay. You guys, these are really comfortable because they mold to your face. They mold to your chest. This has underneath, there is like a chin strap. So it gets like under here, like where I'm sagging here. And they've put extra little lights around the eyes and around the mouth. Like, you know how you get like the little lipstick lines and the eyes around, you know, your lines around your eyes from all the smiling and crying and having emotions and everything that we do. And this just fits really snugly on my face. And I lay the neck and decked out and I lay down on my bed. And for 10 minutes, I literally am still. And it is awesome. You can walk around, do things. This is very portable. They have little clips that are on each of these chargers. It's weird that one works and one doesn't because I charge them at the same time, but okay. See how this has like a little hook on it? So you can like walk around. You've got the little straps on here. There's different ones that they give you so you can kind of see what fits you best. I had to go on YouTube to figure out how to put the straps on because that wasn't in the book. But they do include a little card with it that shows you your device going through like their factory and like getting checked to make sure that your lights are where they need to be. There are cheaper ones that are on the internet that I struggled to trust. None of them had the 3 different kinds of lights in the amounts of lights that this one had. That's why I really went for it. Who can use this? Everybody. If your kid has acne, they can put it on. If you have a husband who is patient enough to put one of these on, they can benefit from it. Any age can benefit from it. I'm really hoping that it helps with seasonal affective disorder. I'm dying to see what that does. You said you need it for seasonal depression. Totally, totally. It's such a hard thing when it gets dark at 4 o'clock. Your body just shuts down and it's hard. So these LEDs, they will deal with all skin types, all skin tones. It's not painful. You're not going to feel red. It doesn't matter your age. You're going to benefit from LED. So what does it do? It's going to give you a smoother surface for your skin because it's helping the collagen that's on the surface. Hopefully you're getting a little bit more bounce and firmness, and especially like here, like where I'm really deflated now that I never used to be. That's why I had like a little bit of filler, and I was completely honest with you guys. I split a unit like here and here, and I read an article last night that was about a mile long about all of these new facelifts that we're seeing come around. Take a guess how expensive these new Kris Jenner, Lindsay Lohan, Demi Moore, I'm trying to think of who else I've seen, Martha Stewart, Donatella Versace, they all look amazing. They don't look like the crazy overinflated, weird, I don't even know, Real Housewives faces that we're walking around. They look really natural and really like permanently 35, I think was what it was called. It's in The Cut, which is part of New York Magazine. If you get Apple News, you get it for free, so you can go ahead and read it. But basically what it says is there are 2 kinds of facelifts right now that you're seeing. They both basically deal with the same thing, but what's happened is that the ENTs, the ear, nose, and throat doctors, have started calling themselves facial plastic surgeons as opposed to plastic surgeons that will do everything. Different schooling, different understanding of the face, and they are doing these like deep plane facelifts, and they're literally like laying the skin back after they've done all the work underneath, but they're not doing it like with the crazy, they called it the Palm Beach pull, which I thought was kind of funny, with like the crazy mouth, like where they look like the Joker. Facelifts have gotten a whole lot better, but they've also gotten a whole lot more expensive. And the ones that you're seeing, not only are they getting facelifts, they're getting bleph, which is like the eyes. They're getting laser treatments so that their skin tone is better. They're putting like the hyaluronic acid into it for hydration purposes. They may be doing lips. They may be taking, you know, the Kybella, doing like sucking things out here, putting fat in there. There's like a million things you can do. And these are well over $100,000. I was like, yeah, this doesn't seem that expensive anymore. The masks and the ZIIP. I'm going to have to stick with that. That kind of fits my lifestyle a little bit more. So I have found that my skin is brighter. I feel like I'm more even. I'm wearing less makeup. I think that's also psychological now too, because honestly, I haven't really deviated from using this since I got it and the Lisa Eldridge like on heavy rotation, other than like getting dressed up to go somewhere. And even then, a lot of the time, I'm just really much happier in a skin tint. When you are, it's really nice to have your under eye concealer and also have in your back pocket a full coverage product that you can use that will, some of like the sunspots and places that aren't going to get really super even, it'll just give you like a little extra insurance. And then you can just go with not getting crazy with heavier makeup. I like the Chantecaille a lot. Let's see what's up here. Love this. This is really light and gel-like, really nice in the summer. New formulation is fantastic. And Suku is really the foundation that I've turned to lately, where I can kind of turn it into a skin tint. It's a little bit more coverage where I need it. This is like party. I've also still love the Swede for a little extra coverage. In fact, I think this would be a really nice complement to this when you want like a little extra coverage in places. I might try that. Sounds like a plan. I like to do that. I like to find different things. Molly was completely floored that I am trying the Danessa Myricks. This is hopefully going to help me travel lighter because it's serums that are not liquid form. Let's go through some of this stuff. So a lot of people still double cleanse. He has a moisture cleanse. He also has a balm cleanser, which is in my bathroom because I have to use it again. This one cleans your makeup. The balm one cleans your makeup off, and then your cleanser cleans your skin. Most days I use this at night. My first cleanse generally is my Bioderma because I really like to loosen up my eye makeup and have my mascara come off like the little tubes, or if it's the Victoria Beckham one, kind of falls apart and then just sort of like wipe it away. This is so gentle. It gives my skin so much hydration to start with. And then when I go in with my toner, my skin's feeling pretty good. And I really don't want to like make it too angry at nighttime. I give it a good mist. And the first thing that I put on is vitamin C. There's this one, and there's one that Josh has. One is the stable form, and one is L-ascorbic acid. This is the heavy hitter. This is the first vitamin C that I've been able to tolerate that's not one of the gentler formulas. My other favorite vitamin C is stuck in Canada right now from Phytosurgeons. It's got a really nice oil-based one, and I'm also eager to try the one from Bloom Effects that has vitamin C in it. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit. And I'll do that. Like, I'll try different companies of ingredients that I've either heard about and not tried, or that like I feel comfortable that there's similar ingredients in them. I'm trying to be ingredient based when I'm looking, because I watch Penn Smith, and you guys probably do too. She always talks ingredients. This is one that I didn't find in any other one. This is called the Hydration Boost Concentrate. And in the winter, when I am literally like a desert, and I spray my face and I put this on, this has hennessy oil, and it's like a bio version of hyaluronic acid, but it's more tolerable for more people and pulls the water into the skin, draws the water into the skin. Okay, after my vitamin C, I'm going in with whatever watery serums I have. I'm going to give my skin a drink of water. Something like this Prequel has been fantastic. And I have used this on elbows. I've used it on my hands. I've started really thinking about my hands and, you know, how crazy old I'm looking on my hands. Like I have other things to do. This is fantastic. I'm going to mist my face, and I'm going to have to go wash this off because it's been on for a while. All right, I'm going to pause right here, and I'm just going to show you how gently I'm rubbing this. And I'm basically just going over it very lightly, making sure that whatever dead skin I have on my face, that it was like knocked loose. And obviously this is microscopic, but I'm really careful not to be too rough. And if you have super sensitive skin, you don't even have to do this step. You can just skip it and rinse off, which I'm going to go do right now. And then we will finish up the skincare and talk a little bit more about devices. I will be back. Give yourself something to drink. I'm feeling like this could go out a little bit longer. You're welcome to go get a snack. I'll be right back. Okay, so one of the things I forgot to say is that I had to wait for hot water because it takes a minute for it to come upstairs. This I put on warm, you know, like I put hot water on it, wring it out, and I lay it on my face to help loosen it before I start taking all of it off, because it's got like that kind of sticky enzymatic cleaner. And now my skin feels like a baby, like a little baby still tush. And it's ready. It is just ready for everything. When my skin is like this, I already did it today because I put it on my stories. Obviously, it was charged then. But because my skin is clean, there's nothing on it, this is what I would do first. This is going to help take down any inflammation. It's going to help even out my skin tone. I feel like it's like the best time for this to go on because my face is like ready. This would be first. And then I would go into my skincare. So I'm just going to do it. I like to give myself a good spray. I like to pat it in. I just make sure I'm not sticky anywhere and I don't have any seeds. Usually I find them like in my cleavage for the night. It's funny. I'm going to skip the vitamin C right now because I would use the Josh one that's not sitting here. This is going to irritate my just shaved skin, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go right into my watery serum. This is just going to add hydration, and it feels excellent. This is so much about how it feels and actually taking the time to enjoy it. And I know like we were so bored during COVID, like anything would have been entertaining, but I like learned how to take my time and really like treasure this as like sanity helping. The Rhode Pet, this is called the Glazing Mist. This is fabulous for the money. First of all, look at the spray. It's like, if you could come up with the most delicate spray in the whole world where it doesn't hit you anywhere, this is the sprayer. Like I would keep this with water and just bring it like on vacation to like spray myself at the, you know, pool or whatever. Toner. Then I'm going to put a little bit of this Hydration Boost concentrate just because I feel like I'm a little bit dry today. It's a little dropper. Just take a little of it. Go like this. It smells like a spa. And I'm really conscious about taking in the scents because I really think a lot of our memories are tied to scent, and it's just a good feeling to breathe that in. To me, it feels like I'm doing a spa. I'm sorry, I'm having a spa moment, and I love it. It's great. And pat this in. I'm trying to find everything. Normally, like everything is in its place. The next thing that I do is if I'm feeling super dry, like this is another one that I could use. You don't have to obviously use all of these, and I wouldn't. But tonight I'm going to go for it. This is the Sarah Creel Moisture Source that has my doggy's little hair on it. Sorry. This is a biphase. So you'll feel it's a little bit more slide than the other one because it's got that more oil and water mix. I have to say, I think this is, if you've ever used SK2, which is so expensive, this came out in a smaller size. We talked about this, 30 something dollars versus 100. Even if this lasts you less time and you're spending a little more money, it's not $100 like on one product. You're getting this. It's going to last you. I think I just went through. I have 2 bottles that I use, one here and one over there. My first one just ran out. So it took a long time. I mean, she's been around, you know, probably about a year now. Okay. this is one of the milks that I've tried. This is the Elia milk. Again, this is going to be kind of going from thinnest to thickest. And this is a very runny consistency, but it's more of a milky look. And it's a little bit heavier feeling than the just water based, like we talked about. This would be like the next step. If you are oily, you can use the peptide glazing fluid, which is going to be a thinner consistency, more of a gel formula, because you don't want to overload your skin if you're sensitive to oil, although there are oils that help control the oil that you're putting out, but you have to take it in for that. Okay, then the Barrier Restore Cream would be the next step for road. This would be the serum, the one that I just showed you, and this would be like the moisturizer. Then I love this. I've started sleeping with this and I'm going to rebuy this. This is the Barrier Butter. And this is a really heavy duty luxe, really nice, heavier weight moisturizer, kind of like the cold creams that you remember. It's got that texture to it. You can slug with this. It's got a lot of, not heaviness, but there's definitely, it commits. It's there. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel like it's holding everything in. Good stuff. So that would be the end for this one. I would go first with this. Sorry, not vitamin C first. First is the bioidentical collagen serum. This is the most delightful scent. I'm going to put this everywhere that it needs to go, including my eyelids, under my eyes, my nose, go all the way down my neck, onto my chest, and just make sure that it all absorbs. And you can actually feel like it goes in so quickly. It's kind of wild. It's already like in. But the smell is so yummy. All of his stuff is like that because it's just got so many like herbal ingredients. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. The first thing that you would do would be like a serum. Do a couple little dots of the Victoria Beckham. This has lactic acid and the TCF8 magic stuff that Augustinus Bader has developed for burn patients and now for people with too much money to spend on skincare. This will feel really good though. And I do feel like this is very firming. Like if I put this on in the morning, I almost like kind of wait for it to sort of firm up. And I'm kind of doing this, and I would have already gotten like the fluid out of my face, and like it would be like, oh, okay, this kind of is going to stay here now. Like it feels like it firms, and it's supposed to do some good over time. But I feel like that almost like a tightening when it dries, probably more than anything. Okay. I'm going to go in with this Elastic Skin. This is my firming step that I'm trying. In Beauty Project has knocked my socks off. I just finished the moisturizer, and I have to go pick one up tomorrow because these are bottles that you cannot see when you're running out. So last night I went to go pump it, and it was the last one. So it's a refillable container. It's a glass jar, and you can refill these, and I will be stopping at Sephora at some point to pick one up. Okay. I always use a lash serum. Some people have had terrible reactions to this. The road milk broke you out, but you want to try the buttercream. I just heard that a lot of people are sending some of her things back. I don't know. I've tried not to watch any news, but like saw some things online that said that people were getting that graininess again with the lip stuff, and some people had broken out from skincare, but I don't know. I'm not having any problems, and I don't use the lip thing. This is a perfectly good moisturizer to use on face or body. It's got urea in it, and lots of research has been done on urea and the fact that it is a really good hydrator. It's nice. Let's talk about retinoids. I have been a user of a retinoid, retinol, retinaldehyde, retina, whatever, for a long time. I was pretty hardcore with the tretinoin for a while there, and I just like needed a break and sort of didn't go back. And now I'm back on 0.25, and it's just every night a tiny bit. I'm just trying to get a little bit further, and the next time I go to the dermatologist, I'll pick up the 0.5 and probably won't get past 0.5 anymore. The peeling is just so hard, and to get to a good point takes a while, but long term, the studies have shown the one thing that you can give to yourself is vitamin A. Vitamin A is the one thing that helps. So I'm going to take a squirt of this tonight. It's a really pretty golden color. And I'm going to pat this in everywhere. And I will make sure that I'm doing extra stuff here right now because it's driving me insane. And my eyes. And then, of course, I would go all the way down, take another squirt on my chest. Once this is on, now we want to start sealing this in. So I'm going to start with a peptide. And we all have the same containers. Okay, so this is the Ultra Peptide Cream. And then my alternative, less expensive, is the Prequel. This is half and half peptides and ceramides. And this is the Ultra Peptide Cream from Josh. Both are excellent. I'm going to use this cheaper one tonight for you guys. It's a more runny than the Josh, but peptides and ceramides are two things that are the buzzwords right now. So we're going to put buzzwords all over our face. And basically, these are just the things that you need potentially to be getting collagen stimulation and getting things rolling so that aging isn't happening without a little fight. Okay, I usually like sit for a moment and kind of let that go in. I'm kind of straightening up in the bathroom, you know, doing the backs of my hands, putting on my eye serum, all that kind of stuff. I have a little secret that is so great. When I go to whatever counters I can find, or anytime Sephora gives me little samples, I do eye cream. I don't like to buy it. And I have bought the In Beauty Project. I have it here. But I don't love buying eye cream. And these last a really long time. This is the Chanel Sublimage, which I would never spend money on. But hello, so delightful. I have a Clé de Peau one that's in there. And anytime they ever say, do you want any samples? I'm like, always like, yeah, I'd love some eye cream, because you can make these go for like a week or so. And I'm sure nobody wants to hear that, like, you don't have to do it. But honestly, eye cream, I can't decide if it's the most fabulous thing or the biggest scam. In the morning, I do use, and this I actually think does work, the Do little reusable eye masks. This has caffeine in it, and I feel like it helps move the fluid out underneath my, like right here when I wake up and I'm puffy. So I'll put this on, and then I will put on the In Beauty one. Did I take it off? I also have the CeraCreal. Oops. I have the CeraCreal one. This is great during the day because it's a little bit of a color corrector. See how it's got that peachy color? You put this underneath your eyes, it's such a waste during nighttime. I would not use this at night because it's expensive. But it gives you a little color correction, and who doesn't want that? You know, it's a beautiful eye cream. All of the ones that have caffeine are the ones that I look at, because a moisturizer is a moisturizer is a moisturizer from my perspective. But having that caffeine in it, I think, does move the fluid. It just does. So these are awesome. Any kind of reusable masks like this, I usually leave them on here because I don't like to get them like stuck inside. I clean these off with both the Tower 28 and then my cellar water, and I clean them before I use them, and then I just leave them on this. These are such a great little tool. Like, you don't realize like how many minutes you get back with just being able to like do 2 steps at once. So the eye things go on like right away. Like if I look in the mirror in the morning and I'm like, whoa, that's going to be really fast. I love eye cream. I use eye serum followed by an eye cream. I know you do, Felice. You love all your like stuff. What eye creams are you liking right now? Because I'm loving this Clé de Peau. And we got one of these when we went to the Nordstrom. This is the repair oil. This is like one of those things like where if you got it, use it. And like, it's just delightful. An oil is kind of like a serum. It's heavier than a water, but it's not as heavy as a cream. So this is a good time for me to do this. It smells delicious and it's extravagant. And I like kind of like the little extravagant steps. You can like cheap out on a lot of things, but there are certain ingredients that you just can't. So for those, we pay a little extra. After I put on my tretinoin or my retinoid, I always follow up with the redness reform from Prequel. You guys, this has been in my rotation since I started using this. I am so much less red from this and from the LED. And I hate being red. Like, I hate the swatches. I think it just is so not pretty on me. Now that I'm like not tan anymore and haven't been for a while, this is fantastic. If you suffer from rosacea, highly recommend this. It takes time for it to work, but I really think that by using this right after you use anything that's irritating, whether it's a exfoliation or a, you know, retinoid, this is a great thing to have in your little arsenal. My next step would be sealing off all of this goodness because I don't want to waste all of this. And this is the Vital Balm Cream from Josh. Look at the color. It's got the blue tansy in it, and I hate sticking my finger in here. I do not do that ever. I have little spatulas that I use that are clean. This is really rich. I warm it up on my hands, give myself usually a spray on my face, but I'm just combining it. And I'm going to put this everywhere. Moisturizers, their biggest job is not to moisturize. That's the other steps that we're doing. This is sealing in all the goodness and keeping water from coming out. So when the water comes out, it's called transepidermal water loss. And it's basically like, think about like when you sweat and you have water on the skin and the air can cool you because it's dampened. Same idea. When you lose the hydration in your face, you start to notice that you're like kind of shrivelly, hangy, not quite as elastic. Right now, I can tell I am dehydrated. This other spray, this is a mess right now because they're redoing the leaky bottle. I had them send me another one, you guys. I get this package in the mail. It's from FedEx or one of them, and it's like a package in the package. And I look, and it's this like totally stained envelope that looks like it's been through the war. And this orangey stuff was everywhere. It smelled kind of good, but there was nothing left in the bottle. So I took pictures of it and I sent it back, and she's like, we're aware of the problem. You can tell it's like a nightmare. This stuff, you guys, is so amazing. Because it's a biphase, you really feel so much more so than with the, what's her name? The Sarah Creel. This is more water feeling. This feels more like an oil, like a serum. This is more a drink of water, and this is more like kind of comforting on the outside. This is a really nice one. If I'm out for like a whole day and I start to like, you can tell like your makeup's been on for a while, not looking as good. Take a little bit of this. I don't usually spray it onto my face. I spray it onto my hands and just pat this back into your face and put a little blush on, and like you're ready to go again. It's a really nice one to kind of like, when they fix the thing, keep it in your bag. Right now I keep it in a plastic bag or a Ziploc bag. Hello, Maria. Welcome. The moment you're using La Prairie Eye Essence and swapping between La Mer Eye Cream and La Prairie. You are so fancy. I love the fancy. How are you? Felice, which one are you using right now? You have a lot of eye creams. Sicily, Givenchy, Dior, and more. I never have to buy a Chanel eye cream because my essay loads me up every time. It's so nice. So nice. Eye cream is, it's decadent, isn't it? Like just like a little extravagance. Sometimes that really feels good when you're doing all of this stuff. Now at nighttime, when I am getting ready for bed, I slug. And my slug, since I started using it, is Bloom Effects. Bloom Effects is also the sunscreen that I count on every single day. I learned about this, I want to say from Khaki, and I think she went to the tulip farm, and I'm watching this whole thing. Do you guys ever get tulips and you'll wake up in the morning and they're down? If you put 3 pennies in it and add a little water, guess what? They perk back up. It's the only plant that can regenerate itself. And this girl married into a family of tulip farmers, and she wanted to have a career too. And she had grants written and worked with the university. They're outside of Amsterdam, and she has developed a whole skincare line based on tulips. And all of the byproducts that would normally be going into, you know, I don't know, trash, wherever the garbage of plants goes, she's using all of that for skincare. She's got vitamin C. She's got sunscreen. And this is my favorite slug. It's called the Royal Tulip Nectar. Guys, I think this is amazing. And I also just started using their exfoliant for the shower because they finally got it in stock again. It's that good. Oh my gosh. The only thing I wish is that for the shower it wasn't glass, but it is. And these are the little scoopers that come that look like little tulips. And you take a small amount of this like jelly and I let it get warm, like with the heat of your hand. And it feels a little weird and a little sticky at the beginning, but you're going to feel so good about sealing everything in that you just put in there. Like every penny, every dollar that's inside your face right now is going to stay there and do some work because you are slugging and you are trapping all of that. It's not going to escape. I always finish on the back of my hands and on my elbows. It's like a habit now. And this will keep everything in nice and sealed. And I feel like, okay, this is really good. And then I go even a step further. Normally I use the In Beauty on top. Today I'll use the barrier butter because I have that. And I'm just going to take like a pea size and just put this on top. So I am sealed up for the night. And by the time I have finished all of this, I'm usually ready to relax. Gotta love those Dutchies, but I'm biased. Yes, you are, but we like your bias. The Bloom Effects has great research behind it. And I know we've talked about Josh before. He has really good research too. And Prequel is a dermatologist brand. So I like to kind of stay in the lane of skincare is skincare and makeup is makeup, except when it comes to something like an old storied brand like a Dior or a Chanel or a La Prairie or, you know, one of the brands that they've done skincare and makeup. But usually when a makeup company comes out with a skincare product, I'm like, not so fast. Like, what is that? I am not fast to do that. I am completely hydrated. I'm definitely looking much more plump. My eyebrows are pretty gone. That's okay. You guys are used to it. And I feel less stress right now. I feel more calm. I feel like I'm going to look better tomorrow, which is always a good thing. Bloom Effects is so good. I've tried it. And they always have some kind of deal. Like if you Google like, you know, Bloom Effects code or whatever, you'll find 20 or 25% off on their stuff consistently. And I know they have a program for like taking something on delivery. So like if with my sunscreen, I know how quickly I run through this now because I've had it for so long and how many pumps, you know, I'm pretty much getting out of it. So I can put that on the rotation if I want, but I usually wait for them for sales. And they sell Bloom Effects at other places. So like if they're sold out of something, sometimes I'll Google around and try to find what it is. It's a very interesting brand, and I've had a really good experience with the products, and I'm sold on the fact that they're using an ingredient that nobody else is. So I like trying things like that. I like trying things that are backed by science, or some kind of testing has been done from the outside world. This is the eye cream from In Beauty Project. It reminds me a lot of a La Mer or a Clé de Polic in its consistency. and it's a lot less expensive, but it feels really luxe. Like it feels really fancy. And it's not. It's regular. But get your little samples of eye creams always. Like whenever Sephora makes you get stuff like at the end, I'm always like, what's an eye cream? Eye cream, eye cream. Okay. Or a mascara, because I like to keep those for people whose makeup I do, so I can just do their mascara and they can take it with them. Those are the two things that I like. This is the little scooper that you get with your tulip stuff. It looks like a little tulip. And I have like a ton of these. So I've got one for each container. So as we can see, there's a lot of options. The other thing that I do at night, I use my very fancy Cordobalm. You can keep your Laneige. I'm not going to take it. I don't like any of those flavored things. So this is what I have found that helps my chapped lips overnight as a lip mask. It's nice and thick. This does come in stick form, so it's a little bit more user-friendly during the day. But at night, I don't mind. These last a very long time. I like to put it all the way up. I know it looks really great, but the lip lines getting plumped that's okay with me. Oh, I forgot one of my oils. This is the Phytosurgence Regenerative Oil. You guys, when they start shipping again, this is my little secret. This feels, smells, looks, and is as good as any expensive oil. And this has the blue tansy in it. You can see the color. It smells delicious. And when your skin is inflamed in any way and you have any kind of rash or raised area and you pat this in, I tend to not rub. I'm more of a pat person. It's divine. It's delicious. It's a must have, and you'll use it because it's not crazy expensive. And it's packed with great ingredients that are super hydrating and really luxe feeling. So I think we've got like a really good mix of products. Some of the other things that I'm trying right now, let's see. I'm trying the Rhode, I'm trying the In Beauty, and I'm trying the Danessa. I try not to try too many things at once, and I've also added this. So there's a lot going on, but I do have to say that I think that my CurrentBody, consistently using it, is helping so much with the inflammation in my face in particular, and with the overall like tone of my skin and how it's much more even looking. I'll put some pictures online when I can get to my keyboard, because right now it's covered in skincare, and show you guys what it looks like. And I will demo this maybe Tuesday when we get together. I actually might go live tomorrow night because I'm going to pick up the Byredo palette tomorrow. And I'll have it in my hot little hands, and I want to share it with you before you guys spend $110 on it. But I do have a phone number if you know you want it, and you will get one for sure, and it will be sent out to you tomorrow. So I will take care of that little thing. And I'm seeing more plumped skin. I'm feeling a lot better about life right now because I put the filler in here. Where I'm still deflated, I will show you guys what I'm doing makeup wise to alleviate the look of this that you can clearly see at, like at nighttime. But I'm brighter than I was. I'm more even than I was. I think that my just overall skin like health is just better right now. And I think that CurrentBody is one of those products that would have been worth the money for me to spend, in the same way that I did spend the money on the ZIIP. And I continue to buy the gel. There's no gel for the CurrentBody, The CurrentBody, this is a one-time thing, and you're getting the 3 different layers, and you're working with your skincare, and you're not, you're not just sitting back and letting this whole aging thing happen. I don't think that that's how Gen X is. I think we're a little tougher than that. I think we're fighters. And I think that we are willing to do the steps necessary to look and feel our best. You sleep in your lawn lip oil. It lasts all night. I'm dying to know, Maria, what's going on with the Chanel one? Did you buy it? I've just tried the new YSL Glow Foundation and it's gorgeous. Really? I'm not going to have a shade match. They always skew really yellow. Are there any like on the pink side at all? I have to look. That's exciting, Maria. Very exciting. It's so good when you find something. Is that going to be good for summer for you? Is it like it's not as heavy duty as their other one. Is that right? Or is it a serum foundation? Because that's what everybody has right now. Do you guys notice how like it's going in cycles? Everybody comes up with the same thing. They're all being sold the same ideas. That's why I love Josh. Josh is not on a schedule. He doesn't say he's going to bring out any products. He's always testing stuff out. When something's ready, he'll be like, hey, I'm coming out with the new bioidentical collagen serum. It's fantastic. And I'll be like, great, I'm in. Anytime that when I was younger, I was always like trying skincare and then trying the next skincare and trying the next skincare. And I just kept trying all these different things. I never realized that you could actually get to a destination and be happy. And that's how I am with the Josh. I could live my whole life skincare wise with his brand and be super happy. But I think it's nice to mix it up. I think it's great to mix up high and low products. I think it's great to be ingredient centric. And I think it's important to have spa treatments at home that can help you relax, that can help you look and feel better. And I'm just going to say it out loud. I enjoy looking younger than older. I don't enjoy not getting older because that's a privilege. Maybe not for the middle of summer. It's the serum foundation. I like to mix it up and use different skincare. Me too. I feel like it's more effective. Do you guys ever feel like you hit like a wall with some of it? I think you do. And that's the dance that you have to do. And that's where you have to kind of figure out, what does my skin need today? Is it thirsty or does it need protection? Is it swollen and mad or is it happy and pink and kind of, ready to like do something like a little bit more than, just your regular day to day. I used to do the exfoliating mask once or twice a week when I was turning cells faster. I've used this stuff for a very long time. And the cacao mask, I used to use a lot, especially here. It was like the only thing that helped like that cystic acne, like just like mask wise. I would use the Vintner's Daughter and it was like, other than that, I was going and getting injections to get them to go away. There was no other way to get rid of them. I am using once a month a 30% AHA from Peter Thomas Roth. It's strong, but it's so, so good. I have heard so many good things about that brand lately. What is their new product that they just came out with that I thought was so interesting? It was at Sephora. Something from like taking the heat off of your skin, like during menopause. I was like, what? Hold my wine. I'm going to get that. There's some kind of spray that they have that has some kind of a cooling sensation on it for women that are going through menopause. I thought that's a good little shtick to have because that'll be something that'll get some eyes on it, get some attention. My really good friend that has the store is opposite of me right now. She's going through a very hot phase and I'm going through a very cold phase. I had like 9 layers on when I was helping her on the other day. She kept turning the air down, turning it down, turning it down. I was like, look, we're freezing. She's like, Michelle, you used to freeze me out of everywhere that we were. I'm like, I know, I was so hot. She's like, put on another sweater. So that is pretty much my skincare routine. I like to say that I kind of look at it on a day-to-day and see what it needs. But it's the time. It's like that, even if it's not all the masking and everything, and it's just my 10 minutes of my red light and the zip, you guys, I'm zipping a lot. I really am. I'm zipping to get fluid moving, and I'll demo these for you guys, both of them, either tomorrow or Tuesday. So what are we loving right now? The Water Drench Ice Facial Cooling Mist. Talk to me about it, Maria. Is it fabulous? Have you tried it? I'm dying to try it. Like, does it really feel cool? I bet it does. I bet there's some kind of like menthol-y situation. I wonder what, it's got to be something mint. They also have that thing where you can get rid of your wrinkles for like the day, like where it puffs out or gets rid of like bags or something, and you can't really put makeup over it, but it will make you look like not yourself for a whole day. He's got some really interesting things, and he always has one of those like bonus sets for the holidays. This is like one of the only things that I will look for at the Sephora savings event. Peter Thomas Roth usually has all of the different masks. I'm kind of like a mask. I don't know. I'm very like easy with the masks. Like, give me a mask and I'm going to use it. One of my favorites is the SK2. It comes in a sealed up, like aluminum foil kind of looking thing. And it's got one of the paper masks in it. You guys, there is so much serum in there. You can buy those paper masks for like nothing on Amazon. And even better, they have ones that are made of silicone that you can clean that are similar to like the eye patches that we have. And you can put that over any of your own serums or whatever, and you don't have to have something different from what you're normally using. You can just put the mask on and prevent water loss that way too. So it's a good one. You haven't tried it, but it sounds great. Oh, I want the new YSL Serum Foundation. I don't think it's in the US yet. I don't think so either. Felice MPTO. What is it? It's not there yet, but it's so beautiful. Why is YSL never anywhere at the same time? I'm noticing this is like a pattern with them. They'll put something out in the UK or they'll put something out. I really think that Byredo, I watched it this time. They did a little sprinkle at Nordstrom, got everybody all crazy, put it on Selfridges. They're exclusive in the UK. Usually we get YSL last, but I was able to get it here in New Zealand. You do get some things first now, though, which I'm happy about. That's like the one thing, because sometimes you have to wait for things. Like Natasha Denona used to have to wait for. Now she's better about it. I look at all that stuff now and post the New Zealand's for you. I don't even know what I was just saying because I've been babbling for so long, but what do you guys do that you love? What are your like non-negotiables? What are your like must-have products, ride or die? I need to know. Sometimes I get Chanel and Dior products first. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You definitely do. Are you guys doing any stuff that like you want to share with us? Trying anything? Ride or die for skincare? Yes, Maria, give me 3, 1, 2. We don't care. Tell us everything. Ride or die skincare is hard. For me, I would say finding a good sunscreen that didn't pill up underneath everything else, I'm in. And I still am looking for a spray that is not alcohol that you can put on. There is one, but it's not as high of an SPF as I would like, and it's by Kula. They all have denatured alcohol as the first ingredient, and I will not spray my face with that. I might as well just put alcohol on. Ride or die skincare, Maria. Come on, guys. Felice, we want to know your ride or dies. Mal, you got a ride or die? Anybody? Give us one. BHA, vitamin C, retinol, niacinamide, and sunscreen. Oh, I like how you're just doing the ingredients. Give us a product. What product should we try? Ride or die is Sicily Neck Cream. Ooh, oh my God. They have the best eye gel mask ever. Like, really works. Molly, always have a mist and can't live without my castor oil and frankincense oil. Molly, tell us what you replaced and how fantastic it is, because on a budget, you guys, this is something she would do not on a budget. She has found the perfect mix for not expensive at all and better results than she was having being inconsistent with the other stuff. What mist are you liking, Molly? Ooh, the original La Mer moisturizer with the broth. It was sort of like the first expensive skincare thing that I had ever heard of when I was young. It was La Mer. It was like very Paula's Choice BHA. I have my son using that. I think it's great. If you have blackheads or anything that needs any kind of acne, any kind of blackheads, any kind of oil production, it's going to be a good one for you. The Can Make sunscreen, we don't get that here unless you go to the Japanese market or like, you know, one of the websites. It's not like in stores. I wanted to try that, and I'm wanting to try, I can't think of what the other one's called. There's another Japanese one. Oh, hello, Allies of Skin. I write to them every single day. I'm like, hi, I'd really, really like to try your stuff today. I'd really, really, really like to try your stuff. They have the most interesting skincare. It's a heavy hit. The other one I want to try is Medicate. You guys seen this with the number 8? And they have, it's a real like science-based skincare. I like the gal that debunks all of the lies on the internet. What is her name? She's a dermatologist. She might live in New Zealand. I can't remember. What is her name? She's huge. I'll think of it. Anything La Prairie. I'm with you. That foundation with the concealer at the top is just next level. Even Nikki Makeup, you know, that she's got her new brushes with BK Beauty coming out. She even talks about like loving her La Prairie. Love Medicate peptides. Yes. So if you want to go cheap, try out the ceramide peptide because that one's expensive. I used to mix my own oil, but I found a woman who makes her own blend with frankincense resin and black seed oil, and it is the absolute best ever and not expensive. Used to use True Botanicals. Molly, will you put the info in for us, her website or where we can find it? It must smell really good too. And Molly had a terrible reaction to Grande Lash. a really bad situation, and she has been using castor oil and having good success with it. The ordinary copper peptide is excellent. Interesting that you said the ordinary, because I'm trying the In Beauty one, the elastic skin. This has the copper peptides in it. So we're all kind of like dancing around the same ingredients here. Did you guys notice this? In the Josh Rosebrook is the frankincense and all of these other ingredients. You can read through. He has a huge chart with every ingredient in every product that he has and what that ingredient does. Her website is The Wooden Gypsy. She is the sweetest. Is she in the US, Molly? I'm going to order that. I want to know, like, these people that make things, you know, it's interesting. It's usually because they can't find what they're looking for. With Josh, it was like that. He developed the cacao mask first because he had problems with acne and he was cutting hair at the time, and he would have people try things and they would say things to him and he would try out more things. It's like when you're not finding what you wanted, Molly has a day job. So she found hers, like we'd all find ours, but hers is working. And you got to love that. And skincare gets expensive. And here's the thing. This is my non-negotiable. So I'm glad that I've got like a few push pulls in here now. Because sometimes like when they're coming out with the $110 palette tomorrow and you want to buy that, but then you also need skincare that week. And oh, by the way, put gas in your car. It's like, it's a lot at once. So we just want to like balance everything. She made it for her kid who had eczema. There you go. The best products are made by the people who can't find what they're looking for on the market. I feel like that's with CurrentBody. I feel like Melanie Simon did that with the ZIIP. There's like a little theme finally that we've got going here. I really like the brand Stratia too. I have not tried that. Where do they sell? Is that at Ulta? I think it's at Ulta. Does anybody like clean beauty anymore? Does anybody think that there's clean beauty anymore? I feel like it's like an outdated term. It wasn't even a real term in the US because there is no such thing as clean beauty. Our FDA has way less regulations than the UK, the EU, probably the New Zealand. I know that New Zealand and Australia have had much, much stricter rules about sunscreens than we do. Ours doesn't even recognize that some of the sunscreens out there that are better than what's on the market right now, and they don't recognize them as sunscreens because that's the FDA right now. I think it's good to try things. I think it's only good to try one thing at a time. It's like when you started your baby on baby food and you would give them one food and see how it went to make sure that they weren't like allergic to it. And then you would add another and wait a little while and see how it worked out. That's how I feel about skincare. If you're changing up a lot at once, you're not going to know what's not working for you. No, Stratia, small brand online. I do like Korean skincare too and use the Josh. You know, the Ulta is going to wallpaper their stores with Korean skincare this year. It's like part of their grand plan. And I was watching the Lipstick Lesbians talk about how we are on wave 2 of the Korean beauty train, or beauty wave or whatever, and that we saw that first group come through, and now we're going to see like a second group come through. And they've innovated a lot of stuff, and they've got some really good skincare and some really good foundations. Like the new Natasha was Korea, Italy, and Japan collaborating, getting a lot more like multinational things. Josh does the ingredients matter, and they matter where they're coming from, what's in the dirt. Like he knows all of the sources, and that's really important to him. And also what happens to this stuff afterward, what can be recycled, what's sustainable, that kind of thing. I'm finally noticing that some of these places are not wrapping things as insanely as they were. The Chantecaille sunscreen is rated SPF 15 here. Really? That's low. Remember when you used to buy that super thick cream from the Asian market? Yes. And backups. Oh my God. I do. It was so good. I love going to the Asian market. And it's going to be so super awesome when the new AirPods come out and you can have instant translation. Did you guys see this? The new AirPods are going to be able to instantly translate for you, and you're going to be able to have conversations in real time with people. That's neat. God, it was really good. And they have really good masks for cheap. You can get like packages of masks, and there's all kinds of stuff. If you can read it and scan it and put it into your phone and translate it, or you can ask somebody, it's really nice. Really nice. And look for the ingredients. Look for the ingredients that you like. Look for the brands that you like. Any other really good I thought you were going to say something of Joa. There's some kind of something of Joa, I think it's called. It's at Ulta. It's a Korean skincare one. They've totally changed like the whole lip game for everybody. They have all those like hydrated matte kind of things. There's just a lot of innovation that goes on, but you watch it happen kind of in waves. Like we're riding the serum foundation wave, like right now, like everybody was sold a serum foundation formulation. It's interesting. It's really interesting. So tomorrow they are going to start pre-selling the Byredo palette in the United States. I have a client advisor who's excellent. I'm a huge lover of Centella Asiatica or Chica anything. Yes, me too. And it really helps anybody who's got red skin, inflamed skin, needing a little of that green tea or the green actual, like there's a Chica one from Dr. Jart that has the actual green color to color correct when you have like really strong rosacea. Great for that. And they also have a mask that is so soothing, and it comes in packets. So it's like really sanitary, and I love that. It's hard to be like sealed off, perfect little packages and sustainable at the same time. So you just have to get your little tulip scoop and do your thing. Chica is a good one, and Centella Asiatica is green tea. It's so good. There are times when I'm so swollen, I will take green tea bags and place them on my eyes and just close them for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, and it draws that stuff right out, that fluid. Skincare it can just change your day. And tomorrow when I wake up and I feel like I did my skincare, I'm going to go to put on the Victoria Beckham for the first time. And I'm going to be like, whoa, can't wait. I'm excited. And I'm going to go pick up my palette tomorrow. Here is the info. Let me see if I can really get to my keyboard, because that would be super. Okay. I'm not picking that up. Okay, so there's just way too much stuff over here. Oh, if anybody wants to know, it's last call for complimentary shipping at Victoria Beckham. Okay, Tay at Byredo. She is my client advisor. And her number is 347-963-6603. She will send you, I think they're coming out tonight, or when you call, obviously, a secure payment like Chanel does. Like if you do an order by phone, they send you a link, you pay for it, and then, you know, they say thanks and they send it out to you. It's the same thing. They are going to be 3 days delayed. They were supposed to come out on the 15th. Now they've gone to the 18th. I don't know if that has to do with tariffs or what, but that's the story. And because they have some of them there, they will honor people who, you know, have bought them or whatever. So tomorrow I'm going to go pick it up. I want to see if it's worth it, because there are a lot of things coming out. I saw today a really nice review from Lexi on the new Clé de Peau that's coming out for holiday. This year, they're only doing one highlighter instead of two. They usually do like one at all the stores, but then they'll have a special one and that one on the website. But this year, they've only done one. It is the trippiest packaging I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a combination of the Polar Express, if you've seen the movie or read the book, a jungle kind of a vibe with like some kind of like a tiger. There's a train, a tiger, like a jungle scene, and like sparkly makeup. I don't understand. It's called like Safari Dream Train or something crazy like that. And I'm not making this up. It really is called that. And the artwork is wow. And it is refillable this time. So you can pop out your other ones and go into it, but not the lipstick. The lipstick is not refillable. But she does a really nice review that you should go see swatches. She does the best comparisons, you know, up and down her arm. And she really has an appreciation for so many of the brands that I like, and I really do trust what she says is just whatever she says, you know, like she shows you. So it's nice. And she gets things very early. Like hard to believe she's already done the Clé de Peau holiday and we're not even in October yet. They must be going SKU by SKU for a little while for us. Anybody have anything else that is going on or that you can share? Maria, what's on your channel this week? You got the new foundation on from YSL, so I'm sure we'll get to see that. Anything else? She sent me a picture with the, I gotta show you guys. That'll be a good ending to tonight. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I'm excited. We are going to share the cutest picture. Okay. I don't know if I can make this bigger. I'm going to try. Oh, that was bigger. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to try to. I don't know how to make this bigger. This is the smaller. I guess that is a little bit bigger. Do you guys see her little cuties? Look at them. Maybe the ND eyeshadow palette, if you can get it soon. I have seen so many polarizing things about those eyeshadow palettes. I didn't even know that there were that many things to be polarized about in an eyeshadow palette. She really hit the ground running lately. Like, she had like not a whole lot, and she went bronzer, foundation, 2 eyeshadow palettes. Like, oh my God, that's a lot. It's a lot all at once. Like I was saying, skincare first, makeup second. So these little cuties are our little goodnight little sheep. I guess we'll count them, and Maria will take care of them. Oh, yours is bigger. Yay. Okay. Look at how cute these are. Look at their little faces. Oh, come on. Why does this one not want to get big? I don't know. They're full of trouble. We need video to believe you, because they don't look like they're capable of anything that would be naughty. Oh, you guys, this has been an interesting evening. I hope that it took you away to help alleviate some of the stress in your life, that something somewhere somehow that I said tonight is interesting or hits you tomorrow and you're like, she went through that really fast, or I didn't know what she said. You can DM me. I'm happy to answer any questions. They are cuties. You're going to see them soon. It's so hard to believe that you're starting your day when we're ending ours. It's just crazy. And we still get to be friends and be on other parts of the planet. It's just an amazing thing. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight and for sharing so many of the stories that you did, that are really the part of our lives that truly is the real part. This is all icing, you know, and the things that we talked about tonight were so much deeper than beauty. And obviously, we all have our hearts in the right places on this channel. And I'm really grateful that people felt comfortable to open up tonight. And I hope that it brought you some comfort to know that you're not alone. Everybody goes through stuff, and we all just need to be a little bit kinder to each other, because we never know what anybody else is going through. You have no idea why. Somebody sent me a video recently where this kid is having a complete meltdown in the middle of, a grocery store or something. And it flashes to these 2 women who are being super critical. She doesn't know how to control her child. Why does she even take him out? He's laying on the floor screaming, totally judging. And then they show a scene with this woman sitting with another woman while that child's over here saying his last foster placement didn't go very well. He's been having and it goes into a whole story. And it was just like, okay, we don't know what anybody else is going through. Thank you, Felice. It is so nice to have all of you here. I am sending so much love to all of you. I hope that your day is good, Maria, and I hope that everybody else has a good night's sleep. Tomorrow night, I will come on with the Byredo. At the very least, I will do an eyeshadow look and show you some swatches and tell you what I think. Tell you what it compares to. You can decide if you want to spend $110. They are great palettes, I have to say. I have 2 of the other ones, and I'm sad that I don't have the first one that came out. But they do them once a year, and they're just like that old school big eyeshadow palette. They don't make those anymore, except for Natasha. She's still at it. Anyway, you're excited to see it. Have to decide if you skip it, but it does look beautiful. We'll take a look at it. We'll compare it. I've seen a lot of swatch comparisons on it already, and I'm interested to see how it hits me when I see it. Because you know how like you don't really understand like the textures of the different shadows. They were talking about so many different formulas, and I kind of feel like everything was sort of a shimmer last time. So I'm going to take a look at that and let you guys know if it's a standalone palette or if it's a decorate another palette kind of an idea. Plus, I've never been to the Byredo store before, so hold me back. I don't even think I'm going with anybody. I think I'm just getting in the car and driving there after rush hour because it is far away from me, but it means that I can get it tomorrow instead of next week. So they do sell out of this one. I'm not trying to intimidate anyone or to make you crazy. I'm simply saying it's very weird. Byredo, somebody had a really funny thing on their Instagram. It was like, Byredo, we want to give you our money. Let us. They are like, they make themselves so scarce that you can't even find them anywhere. All right, you guys. Mwah, sending so much love to all of you. Have a very lovely night's sleep, and I will see you all tomorrow night. Maria, enjoy your day. And everybody else, sweet dreams. I will see you all tomorrow. Good night, everybody. You'll have eyebrows next time you see me. A little less grease. We'll be ready. Good night, you guys. Bye. Selfridges has the latest Byredo 5 Shadow Palette. Ooh. Don't do this to me, Maria. I've got to buy like all of the Sukus coming. I'm scared. Okay. Love it all. Good night. Bye, guys. Good night.